Okay, let me ask you this. What if the single most important moment in baseball history wasn't a home run, a perfect game, or even a rule change, but a desperate medical gamble that almost didn't work? Because that's exactly what Tommy John's story is. Not just a pitcher with a torn ligament, but a revolution disguised as a man. And now, at 83, battling cancer again, he's giving us this emotional farewell. But wait, why does this matter to you if you're not a baseball fan? Because this isn't about baseball. It's about how one person's survival instinct reshaped an entire industry. Let me explain. So here's the setup. In 1974, Tommy John's career should have ended. Torn UCL, the dead arm sentence for pitchers. But Dr. Job said, let's try something stupid. Let's take a tendon from your wrist and turn it into an elbow ligament. 1 in 100 chance. That's not a Hail Mary. It's a blindfolded Hail Mary while standing in a sand trap. But it worked. And now, 50 years later, every pitcher on the mound today owes part of their career to this moment. Wait, really? Yes. But here's what fascinates me. Tommy John didn't become a medical pioneer. He just kept pitching. He won 288 games after the surgery. He became the living proof that desperation plus innovation equals legacy. But I think we missed the deeper layer here. Why? Because we celebrate the surgery, but we forget the human. Tommy John didn't patent the procedure. He didn't become a billionaire. He just kept saying, I'm Tommy John from Terre Haute, Indiana. That humility is almost annoying in this era of athletes monetizing every sneaker and supplement. His dad's advice, you'll always just be Tommy John, feels like a rebuke to modern sports culture. How many athletes today could say that and mean it? I'm not knocking ambition, but there's something haunting about how he never claimed ownership of his own legacy. The surgery became bigger than him, and he was okay with that. Now cut to 2026. The Yankees honor him at Old Timers Day while he fights cancer from Florida. And the same day, two All-Stars, Cole and Sale, pitch with their own Tommy John scars. Isn't that poetic? The guy who couldn't throw a ball in 1975 is keeping baseball alive in 2026. But here's the twist. We're all living in Tommy John's world now. Not just in sports. In life. Every time someone reinvents themselves after failure, every second act in business, art, or relationships, we're channeling that 1% shot. That's the hidden pattern here. His story isn't about baseball medicine. It's about human reinvention. So when he says, thank you to the fans, I hear something else. I hear, thank you for letting me be the example you needed. Because that's what he became. A symbol. And now, as he faces another life-threatening challenge, it's not about whether he'll survive. It's about whether we'll remember what his survival taught us. That sometimes, the only way forward is to let someone else rebuild you, stitch by stitch. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most human thing of all. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. How many of you realized you're using a life lesson from a 50-year-old sports injury every time you bounce back from a setback? Hit that like button if you respect the hell out of Tommy John's legacy, and subscribe if you want more stories about the hidden meaning behind sports moments. See you next time.